Okay, getting this thing tore apart here, and I'm getting the seat disassembled that's going onto the wheelchair as well. Now that I've got the plate, that plastic plate over there that the cushion was sitting on originally, it's pretty basic. It's got a chunk of aluminum angle iron on the back that you can see there, some Velcro that the original seat cushion would have stuck to. Pretty basic, nothing fancy. Here's the seat frame. So as I was saying, the seat, I only have so much clearance in between this frame and the top of the batteries and the control. There is control for the motors and relays and stuff in this box here. So this can only go down so far, and then this is kind of neat. Here you get a really good look at the actuator. This electric actuator, there's a motor there, and then this is just like a equivalent of a hydraulic cylinder, and this is just like a dump box frame on a dump truck. So it's pretty neat. I like the design. I know that guys build a lot of stuff out of these wheelchairs, and I can see why. You see them on Robot Wars and stuff. They'll use the electric wheelchairs and put remote controls on them, and it's really cool. You could use this if you got one of these things for really cheap or free. You could make a little dump truck out of it, or you could make some sort of remote control tracked vehicle or something. I'd like to build one with tracks like this and make it a hybrid, so you can put a Honda engine on it, like a 5-horse engine with an alternator on it, and charge the batteries. Or you could just not take the engine right off, have it on like a hitch with a plug-in to the alternator, and then just run on battery power when you're indoors, and when you're outdoors, run it with the engine. I'd like to do that. I don't know when that's going to happen, because I got a lot of projects on the go. This is actually, I'm enjoying this. I haven't been able to tear into anything like this for a while because I've been busy with my house and working on my shop and stuff like that. So I'm getting it taken apart. I got the other footrest piece out. It just slides in and out. This side's still on. Had a ton of bolts holding this on, just 1/4 inch hardware. But see, this is totally adjustable, so it can slide. There's quite a lot of adjustment there, so I might have to try to reuse some of that tube, or I might just move these in like this to the inside. Like I was talking, I could even possibly use that tube that already is in there. And I don't know, I just heard somebody honk. I think they're honking at me. Anyway, sorry, distraction. I could probably just put a mount in there, and then they would still be adjustable, but they'd be inside. I'd have to make sure it cleared the wheel, or possibly like this, like I was talking, having one. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. Those are there. So when you see people talking about custom fitting wheelchairs, these are really cool how they make them totally adjustable. It's super basic stuff, though. I can't believe they charge $16,000 for this setup. I know there's some electronics and some drive motors that are expensive, and the batteries, but still, I mean, to charge as much as a new snowmobile for one of these things is kind of outrageous, I think. And that's what I'm saying about the healthcare people, that they do take advantage. So here, you can see adjustment here for your whole seat frame to get closer to the front wheels. I think I'll probably do that just to get more wheel, like for the footrest, more clearance there. So I'm gonna have to figure out, yeah, the back is just right there. So it looks like it just slides in these rails, and then you just screw it into whatever hole you can line it up with. So I don't know, 1-inch increments or something there. You can see these slide in and out too. All of them, even that back bar. And I'm just gonna slide this frame. Great, now it's not going to come off. Right out. They were pretty seized up, so I've been using some penetrating oil. See? So you could potentially make this thing really wide, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to swing these right out so that I can still keep these. Oh, no. Is that locked? Oh, no. I'm pulling on the wrong part. There we go. So I can keep these hand rests. I took the bottom mount off there, so it's not going to stay there until it's folded. But anyways, I can keep these factory armrests down. I might modify them a little bit just so they're a little bit, so they stick out a little bit further, or maybe they stick in a little bit this way, like in here. I'll just make a bend. I don't know yet. I got a long ways to go on this thing, and it's early in the game. I'm just dismantling, but you can see that you can swing those out fairly wide. So just leave that there. I'm gonna take this right out. There we go. Knock that off. Gonna knock this side off. I'm just gonna make sure that my electric control, oops, it's turned on, is not going to get damaged. It just has a little pinch clamp like that, and it goes onto one of these bars. So I'm going to be probably reusing that stuff, cleaning it up though. I'm going to be touching up the paint and everything on this thing. And once that's all taken apart, I'm going to end up with this frame on its own. So what I'm going to try to do, I had to take the quick release off the seat. It's laying up over there by the grinder, and I got 2 bolts here that go into the seat slide. So this is the slide frame on the seat. And the back ones I had to cut off because it's like a rivet that goes through there. But it's not going to affect how, I might have to weld a bolt on. So I got another bolt like this. But what I'm thinking about doing is making this similar to a quick release seat in the way that I might just put a hook on the back there, or something that pins in to the back of the frame on the wheelchair. And then just one nut up here where it's really easy to get at. I'll weld a tab on right up at the front of the frame here, like here, or even just maybe drill a hole right through there. Well, if I can. I gotta watch if it affects my slide here. So I might have to, even if I double this up and put another piece of square tube on the end, or a chunk of angle iron, and I can bolt right through that. So all you have to do is take an impact or something, pop those two bolts out. The back will probably have some sort of a bracket that goes on here, or a pin. Maybe I'll put an eye underneath here. So the back of the seat slides in there, or maybe just a fork that holds onto that, or a hook that goes right underneath it. Maybe that'd probably be the easiest. And then the rail will sit right in there. So what I've got to do is lower this right down. I'll turn it on. Where's my sweet seat button now? I took all the wires off, so I don't pull anything out here. Where is it? I'm gonna also mount this stuff really easy to get at place, but all right, let's see. Come on, little girl. There we go. Just lower this all the way down. Okay, it looks like that's as far as she wants to go. And I don't think that's the end of its travel, so I better find out what's going on there, because if it doesn't want to go down flat, then I'm going to have to adjust that in the seat, because I don't want it tilted back permanently like that. Not too sure what's going on there. But anyways, I'll get it sitting flat, this frame. Maybe that is flat. I don't think so, because it looks like there's still an inch or so of travel there. I might have to adjust it a little bit or something. But anyways, I'll get this sitting flat, and then I'm going to try to put the seat tracks, these, if possible. I want those tracks. I'll have to be careful because they slide in and out, but I'd like to have them sitting right down in here to give myself another, whatever this is, 3/4 inch of tube steel, to give me that extra 3/4 of an inch. And what I'll do is I'll make sure that I don't drill any holes through this or anything, so that my adjustment side to side on the factory armrests, that setup, isn't affected by it. And I might, instead of bolting these, I might just get like a trailer hitch pin type thing put in there, so you can just pop it out, slide them in and out. Everything was seized up pretty good on this thing, and what I find works really good for penetrating oils. This stuff's the best that I've found that's available, barrel coil. And the nice thing about that is it kind of smells like a cleaner. Like, don't get me wrong, it stinks, but it kind of smells, it doesn't smell like industrial oil or gear oil or something. It smells like a cleaner. So when this thing goes into the care home that it's where the person that it's going to is going to be using it, they'll just think it smells like some sort of a cleaner that's got some bleach or ammonia in it. So that's a good thing about that. Just looking at it here, I got to get this thing so it goes all the way down and sits flat. But I've also got some adjustment here for height, so it's kind of cool how they make these things so you can fit. That's what when they say they can custom fit wheelchairs to people, of course that's what they're talking about, is they can slide all these frames in and out and make it as wide or narrow or tall or short as they need for the person that's using it. And they charge you an exorbitant amount of money. So that's why I'm making this. This can all be done by somebody with a set of Canadian Tire sockets. Like, all this is 1/4 inch hardware, just about all of it. Use a 7/16 wrench and a ratchet, and away you go. So I'm going to be documenting that as we go through this build. But right now I've got to get to work here. It's getting late.